So to kick this haircut off, I go in using my gold comb, combing all of the hair in its forward direction with the grain, just so I can get all of the hair down to that one desired length. Just basically setting myself up to knock all of the hair down. Today in this video, my client will be getting like a number 4. We're gonna do a bald taper on the side and the back. This is gonna be a real clean one, so just lock in, focus up. Y'all know what time it is. Hashtag TBT in that comment section. So we go in with a number 4 guard, completely closed against the grain, getting all the hair down to that one desired length. And I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Germ Boomin for getting this beat together. It's just like one of them blasts from the past. So just lock in with me. Y'all know what time it is. Focus up. So I'm just keeping everything consistent, man. I'm just getting everything down to the desired length, and I'm consistently combing the hair. You want to keep lifting the hair. You want to make sure you're knocking all of the hair off of the head that shouldn't be there. And you want to make sure that your canvas is completely clear, prepping it for the next step in the haircut. So just keeping everything consistent, and then I go in with my Babeless FX Gold trimmers, and I'm just creating my first ball line in the back. And just due to how my client taper area is set up, it's gonna be kind of rounded at the beginning, but when I work my way into the taper further on, you guys gonna see how the taper come together. So I just go in and create my first ball line, solidifying everything on both sides, and in the back clearing space for myself, setting myself up just so I can get into my taper work. And just remember, no matter what's going on, it's you and your client. Like, it's you in the game. You ain't got nobody else. You're not worried about nobody else. It's you. You tuned in to yourself and your client, and it's time to get busy. So we go in with a number 2 guard on the end, this Cordless Masters, flicking out this line, all because we knocked this hair down with a 4. I know if I go in with a 2 and use the hilt of my blade, I really wouldn't have to use a 3 to debulk anymore. It's just all about instilling that confidence with whatever tool that you got. Like, I'm so used to the Masters, I know how they work, so I kind of know how to use all of my guards in my fading system, and at times I don't have to use as many guards. It's just better because you can implement different techniques to up efficiency in terms of time in the shop to put up more shots. So then I go in completely open with my Andis Masters, and I'm going maybe a 1/2 inch because I kind of don't want to push the taper too high. I want to show a dope transition, so I drop them halfway right here, and I just want to start to clean up into the taper, and then I go down to my second notch just to see how much more that it does. But I remember I put my line in with my trimmer, so I'm gonna have to zero these all the way out just so I can kind of knock this line out a little bit more. Y'all gotta remember, it don't matter how long it's taking in the shop. Get your work right. Like, that's the objective, is to master the craft. Like, at times people always want to be super duper fast, and like, I'm fast, but that happens over time. So just remember to like just tune in to yourself and just have fun and take your time. So I went in with a 1/16 guard, and I basically went open, and then I went closed, and then I took my guard off completely open right here just so I could do more fade work, because I seen more dark spots in the fade. So like, when I'm dealing with hair like this, you kind of got to take your time a little bit more for me, just because this hair isn't familiar. Like, I don't cut this hair all the time, so I'm just taking my time with this one. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm being as transparent as possible. So I'm just keeping everything consistent, brushing one and fade one. I had my 1/16 all the way open, then I dropped it halfway here, and as you guys see, I'm just debulking and slowly but surely bringing my blend together. And then I'm on my second notch right here, and I'm just still nudging at my line just so I can soften it up even more. And then I'm completely closed here, and I'm just blending this area all the way out. Just remember, guys, like, you got to stay consistent. It's your world. So I'm in with my 1/8 guard right here, and I'm completely open, and I'm slowly but surely debulking this area. And as you guys can see, the feather effect and the blend is starting to come together. So when you just work your way up the fade, and you don't really make your guidelines too big, of course your taper can be dropped way lower or appear to be way lower, but you can stretch your fade out no matter what. I was just proceeding with caution just because the hair texture is different opposed to what I'm normally cutting. So I'm just keeping everything consistent and not changing my steps at all. I went completely open with it, and then I'm halfway right now, and I'm slowly but surely fading out the area and out the dark spots just so I could get the fade and the transition down pack for you guys. Then I'm just looking at it from multiple angles and just detailing and keeping everything consistent, getting the transition down pack, setting myself up just so I can go into the sides, because this gonna be a long one. I promise you guys, if you guys sit through this 15-minute video, it's gonna get crazy. So I go on my number 2 guard, repeating the same steps that I did in the back, debulking this area, setting myself up just so I can fade this side out. And as you guys can see, just going in with the 2 and a scooping motion using the hilt of the blade with the clippers kicked up, going straight up. As you guys can see, I'm slowly but surely blending this area out, setting it up for the taper. Then I go in completely open with my Enhancements masters, about a whole inch, just so I could give myself enough room to fade and taper out this area so I could give them a nice clean ball taper. Then I go in completely closed and I'm starting to hit the bottom of this line, and I'm going up maybe a 1/4 of an inch just so I could not push the fade too high, but make sure that I got enough transition. Then I'm halfway here and I'm slowly but surely hitting this area. And as you guys can see, I'm slowly but surely dropping my lever at the same time, making sure I'm getting my transition. Then I go in with my 1/16 guard completely closed and slowly but surely hitting this line. As you guys can see, I'm creating the fade and the transition already. I'm going to be using the hilt of my blade a lot, so I won't have to use more than my 1/16 as much. I'm gonna just be able to fade everything out, just because using less guards mean it's so much more efficient just on the time. So as you guys can see, I'm just slowly but surely hitting the bottom of this area, and I'm halfway open, and I'm using my clippers angled, and I'm creating a transition. Brushing one, fading one, getting the hair down to that desired length, keeping the canvas clean, and making sure I'm fading this line out. And by using the hilt, this is what I mean. I'm going to dig in the hair to lift the hair with the guard, and then I'm going to tilt the clipper and I'm going to rise straight up. And I just debulk that area behind the ear that easy. As you guys can see, this is why I love the masters. This is why I love that guard system. To anybody out there that's thinking about the cordless masters, they are a go-to, man. Like, they are fire. And if you could get your hands on the original black guards, it's gonna make it 10 times fire. I found some in Atlanta when I was out with my girl, and it was just crazy. Like, I found a whole box just full of the black guards, and they just so old and so retro. Like, it's just very rare to find them. But if you could get your hands on them, please try those guards, and then come to my channel and tell me what you think about them, or hit my IG up and tell me what you think about them. I promise you guys, like, these are some of the toughest guards that are out there. But I just repeat the same steps over here, but I sped it up because I didn't want the video to be too long for you guys. So I just went in completely balled out my line. I went in open, blended my open line out. Then I went in with my 1/16. Now I'm playing with my shear. Shout out to my brother Chris Bossio, my brother Sean Cuts Hair, my brother Jason Patridge, for just all influencing me to pick up these shears and just to do more and incorporate more in my craft. So I don't have it down pack all the way. It's a muscle memory thing, but you know, I'm learning as I go. So I'm just knowing that I got to keep my comb straight and rise with it, and then I just got to use my shears, but I got to have proper form. So my fingers been hurting just because I've been holding my shears a lot, and even though it wasn't that much shear work, I just wanted to be able to get something out. So I go in with my Babeless FX Gold, hitting the slants of the lineup, and then once I get to the tip of the ear, I transition to the corner of my blade, and I'm using that to do the roundabout so I can get more of a precise, clean look. And I'll repeat the same steps on the opposite side as well. I go down hitting the slants, and I'm gonna work my way all the way up to the tip of the ear, and then I'll transition to the corner of my blade and work my way around the corner. Remember, it's just like math and finding a common denominator. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top, and in reference to the line, and whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So I just go in to try to put a straight line on a round object, which is impossible. And anybody who truly knows anything about that, you can't put a straight line on a round object. So in terms of creating a clean line and because it's optical illusion. So just remember, you cannot put a straight line on a round object. It is optical illusion. It's just due to how you make the line up to make it appear to be straight. So I'll use the nose as the center point, and I'll go straight up to the tip of the forehead, and I'll work my way from that point, creating that as my next center point or my next reference point, and then I'll move to the left or to the right. Due to my client having a lighter lineup and having lighter spots in the lineup, I'm able to accommodate that without digging into the lighter spots and saving more of his hair, because I was using optical illusion and set myself up with reference points due to my center point, and then set myself up in my vertical bars. And I go in with my boy Sean Cut's hair enhancement card using the Beam Team Cordless Compressor XL in our color No Drip. To those out there that are worried about the color, this is the first color enhancement that is built for the skin that has its full ingredients list. There's no chemicals in this product, and it's 100% waterproof. It lasts 3 to 5 days, and as you guys can see, it gives off a nice matte finish, which gives it a real natural, clear, clean look. And as you guys can see, I'm getting my boy in the game. This is one of my childhood friends, Alex. Shout out to my boy for coming through the shop and letting me put some sauce and some flavor on them. Y'all know what time it is. I'm in that bag and I'm locked in, I'm focused. And as you guys can see, it's still like it's coming there. Like, we just adding the sauce. This is like gumbo. It's like everybody who cut hair is just like gumbo. We all know what going gumbo, but the difference between everybody gumbo is how you sauce it up, what you put in there. So shout out to my boy Captain Smash for sharing that secret with me, because that was just something that was just so dope when I think about barbering and everybody bringing their own flavor. I just want to shout out to all the barbers out there that's working, that's out there trying to put their name out there, that's out there bringing sauce flavor and originality to the game, because that's what it's about. It's about the industry growing. So I go in with the Barber Magic Pencil, and I'm basically just finna really show out and get my haircut way more contrast than what it already has. I go in using this as basically like a concealer, just like how women would use their concealer for their eyebrows, and I just want to be able to create the contrast because I'm a picture taker, meaning I take a lot of pictures after my haircut, and this is for haircut purposes, just to make the haircut pop way more and things of that nature. And it's just something that's just so essential to my process, and it helps my picture gets the views, the likes, and whatever you want to call it. I don't care about none of those, but that's how you get seen a lot. Like when you bring a lot of traffic through your page, and then people come to me and ask me how is it possible, and I direct them right here to the YouTube channel where I'm able to fully engage with you guys about what I'm doing. And like, it's just been an amazing process for me. Like, I created my YouTube channel, gave you guys tutorials, and then I graduated college with an engineering degree, and now I have my own product with Tune 45, and I created and 100% designed the Beam Team Cordless Compressor. Like, it just feels so good, and I'm so humbled that I got you guys just to support me through this, and just to show that I have influence. It's just been a dope road and just something so amazing. I really want to thank you to everybody that participated in being a reason why I have 200k subscribers right now. Yes, we got 200k. Hashtag TBT in that comment section. We on the way 500k. So I go in with my Tune 45 triple cartridge razor using the super exposed cartridge, and I'm just basically stretching the skin, angling my razor at a 45-degree angle, bringing everything back to the line. And as you guys can see, look at the taper. Like, my God, like, we so focused and we just locked in, and we having so much fun, and the beat is just there, and it's just dope. Like, I'm just having a beautiful moment. Like, we hit 200k subscribers, something that I never even worried about or even thought about. The fact that I was able to grow and create a family on here, man, and give you guys some of the dopest haircuts, it's just been a blessing. So as you guys can see, the before is just crazy, but we have to get my boy back together. We put him in a game. So as you guys can see, this is a full transformation. Clean cut, clean taper, icy lining. Hashtag TBT. We in the comment section. Glacier Gang. Y'all know what time it is. Strap in, lock in, focus up, and may God bless.